It was only after this old woman started to make love to this young boy that she began to experience a feeling of happiness she had never seen. Surprisingly, this young man was her first, but after that, she started dating many young men. That's why she doesn't even want to see her husband in bed. Because of this, they sleep separately. Hello, my dear family. Peace be with you. Today, I have brought you the most popular movie called The Secret Sex Life of a Single Mom, which was released in 2014. My family, please help us by liking the video. Without wasting time, let's go to the movie.
Yes!
The movie begins with a woman named Delane talking on the phone. She calls the person on the other end, sir, and says, "I am your slave. I will do what you want." At that moment, Delane's son Tyler comes into the room, so Delane ends the call. Then she goes to the kitchen to talk to her husband, Robert. Robert has gone to a different city. He says on the phone that he will stay here a few more days. Delane is surprised by what she hears, but she doesn't pay attention to it. Delane was sleeping in her bed when her home phone rang. She answered it, and a woman's voice was on the other end. She was asking about Robert. When Delane asks for the woman's name, she hangs up the phone. Delane feels that something is not right, so she calls back. But now a bartender picks up the phone and says that the woman's name is Natasha. Natasha asks the bartender to put down the phone. This makes Delane worry. She calls Robert and tells him that his girlfriend Natasha called. This makes Robert very angry, and he says he is going back home. When Robert gets home, they both fight a lot, and Robert claims it isn't his fault. Actually, it's Delane's mistake. If Delane was more fun in bed, the affair wouldn't have happened. Delane is a woman who rarely enjoys her life, and she believes it's her own fault. She forgives Robert, and after a few days, Delane sees her friend. That day, Delane had pain in her hips. She says this to her friend. Her friend gives her the phone number of a doctor called Graham. Delane visits Graham's clinic. Graham examines her and tells her that her muscles are okay and her hips are not having any issues. He asks Delane about her feelings. He believes Delane is going through some feelings that are hard for him. Delane says that her feelings are okay. She tells Graham a lie, but when she gets home, she thinks about it. A few days later, she goes back to see doctor. She says that her husband Robert is seeing someone else and doesn't love her anymore. Robert says he doesn't like Delane's breasts because they are too small, and that's one reason he doesn't love her. He will only love her if she gets bigger breasts. Graham asks if making her breasts bigger will really make her happy. He believes that love is not just about physical stuff, but about having a strong emotional connection between two people. Delane is really happy about this, and it makes her feel nice. She goes home and thinks about Graham a lot. A few days later, Delane returns to Graham's clinic for a checkup. Graham looks her over and tells her that she is perfectly okay. Things start to get serious as they both look into each other's eyes, and then Graham kisses her. At first, Delane is hesitant, but Graham persuades her. They both like and get close to Graham's clinic. Now that Delane is drawn to Graham, they begin to hang together frequently. They share a room when they meet at hotels. They are now physically involved. Delane shares with her pal how content she is with her life. She adds that she has made the decision to get a divorce from Robert. Then one evening, Robert, Delane's husband, entered her room while she was there. He tells me that he has located a reputable breast implant specialist. After hearing this, Delane says she doesn't want the surgery. She says she is not happy in this marriage, so she wants to end their marriage. After hearing this, Robert gets very angry and shoves Delane out of the room. Delane gets very upset and falls asleep on the couch. The next morning, Delane visits her friend Haley and tells her that she has informed Robert about the divorce. Her friend asks her how she will explain this to her kids. Delane thinks about it, and one day, she tells her kids that she has decided to get a divorce. After hearing this, Delane's son Tyler feels sad and walks away, but her daughter Amanda is with her. The next day, Delane tells her friend Sarah about Graham. Sarah is shocked to learn that Graham is already cheating with another woman. Also, that woman is going to have a baby in 3 months. She tells her that Graham is being unfaithful to Delane. After hearing this, Delane is shocked. She goes directly to the Graham's clinic. When she asks Graham, he replies that he was going to say this. This makes Delane very sad, and her heart feels broken. To feel better, she goes shopping with her friend. Delane was feeling sad, and her friend noticed. She suggested that Delane try online dating. Delane thinks her friend's idea is great, so she goes home and makes a profile for online dating. As a woman, she gets lucky and suddenly receives messages from 45 boys. After seeing this, Delane feels good and becomes very happy. She says this to Haley. She wants to pick a boy from 43 profiles and go to a restaurant for a date. She gets to the restaurant, but no boy shows up. She feels sad and returns home. Then she checks her email. It says that I am Duke, and I like women who are strong and confident, but also enjoy being submissive and giving themselves to me. If you are like this or want to be like this, then please only reach out to me. This makes Delane laugh. Delane begins to think a lot. To figure this out, she calls Duke the next day. Duke tells her that he can help her become strong in both her body and feelings so nobody can take advantage of her or hurt her. He will help her become strong and confident so she can take charge whenever she wants. Duke's words really affect Delane, and she shares this with Haley. Then Delane sends her kids with Robert the next evening. She is by herself at home and calls Duke. Duke asks her to stand in front of the mirror and say the things he says. Delane thinks for a moment, but then she does what Duke asks. When Delane starts saying those things, it makes her feel attractive. Then Duke tells her to go to the window and remove all her clothes. Delane thinks this is odd and says no. Duke says that a woman has a special ability. She can get close to any man she wants without worrying about what others think. He asks Delane to say this sentence again. Not all men deserve my attention, and the ones who do need to show me why. Delane does everything Duke says. She steps in front of the window, takes off her clothes, and stands there saying the same things over and over. This helps Delane feel really sure of herself. Then Duke asks her to go out with a boy. The next day, Delane goes out with a boy named Peyton. While she was chatting and enjoying herself with Peyton at the restaurant, Robert showed up unexpectedly and saw Delane there. He is surprised and asks Delane to see him. The next day, Delane sees Robert. Robert was upset and jealous, and he asked her if she was going to get together with all the other boys at her house. He wants to know how this will impact raising the kids. After hearing this, Delane says it is not about being a good mom. She can sleep with anyone she likes. She asks Robert not to advise her on how to look after the kids. After saying that, Delane leaves Robert outside her house and goes inside. While she cleans the kitchen, she calls Duke and tells him about Robert. Duke listens and gives her a new job. He tells Delane to go to a nightclub for adults. She didn't feel good about going there by herself, and she couldn't ignore what Duke said. So, she asks Peyton to come with her. They both have fun playing with the toys. Delane is in control of Peyton and has a great time together. The next day, she has dinner with Peyton at a restaurant. Peyton says he wants to go out with Delane and her kids. This makes Delane feel uneasy, so she says no. She says she doesn't want to tell Alberys about him just yet. After that, she goes back home and looks at the mail. She sees a picture of Duke there. She thinks he is good looking. She chooses to go see Duke. It will be a trip that lasts one day. She tells Haley about this. She tells Robert that she is going out and asks him to take care of the kids. The next day, she goes to Duke's house. Duke is extremely wealthy. His home is really opulent. She went inside, but Duke wasn't there. He gives Delane a call and tells her that she would have to wait for a few hours while he brings her a dress. Duke eventually makes it home. He invites Delane to change her outfit in front of him after giving her a very fancy one. Delane begins taking off her clothes and changing her dress in front of Duke because she is unable to defy his demands. After that, they went to a restaurant and started talking about stuff. Delane asks Duke how controlling her is different when it's Robert compared to when it's him. The Duke says that Robert is using her for his own gain, but Duke has control over her because Delane enjoys it. Delane gets it, and after they eat dinner, they both go to Duke's house. Duke opens his laptop and begins to work, but Delane starts to touch him and drop hints. But Duke says that until you get here, you have to follow my orders. This makes Delane feel a bit uneasy. She feels mad and a little left out. But she waits for Duke to tell her what to do. While she waits, she becomes more and more interested in Duke. She feels very attracted to Duke. After an hour, Duke tells her to go to the bedroom, and they have a lot of fun together all night. For the upcoming week, they discuss work and have fun at night. Delane feels more assured now. She believes she has gained the knowledge she sought. She thus departs for her home. She launches her business and acquires her first customer after she returns. She contacts Robert one day and extends an invitation to her home. She requests that he assist the children with their Christmas decor. When Robert gets home, he apologizes to Delane because he feels bad. Delane pardons him. After a few days, Amanda, Delane's daughter, had her birthday. Robert and his girlfriend are invited. Robert brings the children to his house as everyone had a great time at the party. Delane is currently flirting with a man on the phone when she is by herself at home. The movie ends here. Please, my family, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.